Hi, this is Asean Now and you're watching the Weekly Wrap. First up, a convicted child murderer escaped jail in Indonesia by disguising himself in women's clothing. The convict had literally slipped away donning a headscarf, makeup and sunglasses from Jakarta's Salimba prison during the Aidilfitri holidays. It is learned that the clothing items were smuggled into the prison during visiting hours. The prisoner was found guilty for the rape and murder of a 12-year-old girl in October. Moving on, an arbitral tribunal under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea has ruled in favour of the Philippines in its dispute with China over territories in the South China Sea. It found that China has no historic rights to resources within the so-called 9-dash line in the South China Sea. China has claimed most of the South China Sea based on the demarcation line found in a 1940s Chinese map. The tribunal further found that artificial islands that China has been building in the area could not enjoy exclusive economic zone rights. It also said China behaved unlawfully and damaged the environment. Taiwan and China has rejected the court's decision. In relation to the news, Chinese netizens have called for the boycott of Philippine mangoes after the South China Sea ruling. Users of Chinese microblogging site Weibo urged the boycott, and this led to some vendors on Taobao, China's largest e-shopping platform, from refraining to sell Cebu dried mangoes and other Filipino snacks. Next, the Indonesian military is preparing its troops to rescue 10 Indonesian sailors held hostage by armed militant groups in the Philippines. They are getting ready for possible involvement in military operations, although there is no official agreement with Manila on how to conduct the operation yet. The Indonesian army is planning to assist the Philippines and Malaysia in operations to release the hostages kidnapped by suspected Abu Sayyaf groups. However, the Indonesian government said military operations would be a last resort to rescue the sailors. In Singapore, pedestrian safety is the talk of the town after a video of a car knocking down a young boy went viral. The footage showed a primary school boy dashing across the road in Jurong West before being hit by the car. He did not appear to be seriously hurt and left the scene before an ambulance arrived. It was reported that the boy had received treatment from the hospital and is now recovering from his ordeal. Lastly, on a happy note, a trained Malaysian orangutan named Marina has given birth. Having spent all her life with humans, Marina did not know how to behave like a primate until the staff of the Bukit Merah Orangutan Island Foundation had weaned her back to her natural habitat. The 17-year-old ape gave birth in the wild last week to a male offspring weighing a healthy 1.5 kilograms. We now head over to Bangkok with our Thailand partner, The Nation TV, for the latest roundup from the northern ASEAN region.
Thank you very much, Kuala Lumpur, for your update. And now it's time to take a look over the past week here in the Upper ASEAN region. And we start off with Thailand, as the Thai Foreign Ministry issued a statement calling for maintenance of peace and stability in the South China Sea after the Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled a key decision against China's territorial claims. Given its non-partisan stance, Thailand has played safe over the issue, like certain ASEAN countries which do not have direct involvement in the territorial dispute. The Thai Foreign Ministry's statement says that Thailand believes that the ultimate goal for all that would benefit the peoples should be to render the South China Sea a sea of peace, stability, and sustainable development. And now moving on to Cambodia, as Cambodian officials say that a murder suspect who killed a famous political critic was a monk who stayed in Siem Reap. Prime Minister Hun Sen, however, denied that the incident had any political bearing. Kim Lay, a political commentator who often criticized the government, was shot dead at a convenience store in Phnom Penh on Sunday. Earlier, another man confessed to the crime on a video clip that went online, claiming that the victim owed him $3,000. However, Kim Lay's wife denied that her husband has ever owed anyone money and said that he did not know the suspect. And now let's take a look on Vietnam. Just right at the start of this month, Mobifone quietly launched its 4G service to urban Vietnam smartphone users. Mobifone customers in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, and Da Nang now have the option of either purchasing a new 4G SIM card or opting for data packages at a monthly rate of around $5.3 to $27. Vietnamnet reports that Mobifone's 4G service will be piloted in certain areas of 3 cities first before expanding across the country. Late last year, rival telecom operator Viettel began its own test run of the service in Vũng Tàu, while another competitor, Vinaphone, tried its 4G out on Phu Quoc as well as in Ho Chi Minh. In Myanmar, a man from Chan State faced charges of illegally breeding Himalayan black bears at his home. The adult bear and 3 cubs were sent to a zoo in Mandalay. Hilathin, the man in question, allegedly bought the parent bears from the black market. He reportedly violated the Protection of Wildlife and Protected Areas law, as the animals are at risk of extinction. And our last story is from Laos, as netizens in Laos have been widely discussing a new discovery of a very tall man when he was visiting a clinic for treatment. Despite without official statistic, Laotians who comment about Pudoi in the social media are suggesting that he is the tallest man alive in the country. The 27-year-old stands at 2 meters and 23 centimeters and still lives with his parents, working on fruit plantations in Champasak province in southern Laos. He is quoted by news reports as complaining that his work has forced him to frequently bend down, which is causing him pain in the back and at both knees. The man also says that he has not enough outfit that matches his size and asks for help from the government. And that wraps up this episode of ASEAN Wrap from the Upper ASEAN region. This has been SATHAPAT PAETHONG. Now back to Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you, Bangkok, and thanks for watching. I'm Dina Murad. Have a good day.